How's it going? Merry Christmas to everybody. Anybody who watches this. It's Christmas 2019, baby. Life is good. Life is very good. It's beautiful. I want to take a second to just say I appreciate the ability to be able to reach out to people and share my thoughts. I appreciate the ability that I've had to actually educate myself and be able to come to my own conclusion of my purpose, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that because, man, it's a good feeling to feel free and feel like you have just started living, like my life just begun, you know? I'm grateful for that. So basically, I just want to, throw another video out, just a thought I have. I'm going to see if I can start just doing one a day. They might not all get shared, but there's a reason that I'm getting the urge to do this. So I want to talk today about thoughts, right? Your thoughts. The thing about changing the way you think, being more conscious of the way you think and basically thinking about your thoughts, even gradually, once you start to do it, once you've done it once, you'll do it again, and it gains momentum. And what I'm understanding now is that my whole life I've been conditioned, to believe whatever I was believing, not really by anybody, just beliefs I actually, at my whole life I felt like I was a free thinker, and I kind of was going with my own flow, but I was ill-advised, so now I understand that. But where I'm going with this is, once you start to think about your thoughts and you're conscious about where your thoughts are, or your thoughts in the past, or you're thinking in the past, because a lot of us do this. We think, we look back to the past a lot of times to validate our current situation. A lot of times we predict the future based off of past, so, and when something's coming up, a situation's coming up, we given the ability that we have to think for free, we a lot of times come to conclusions about a situation that hasn't happened yet, and a lot of times it's a negative. We dread going to the supermarket, or we dread the drive home because traffic. There's these things that we fall subject to and actually manifest, just by the way we think. So when you understand that, when you don't know what's going to happen when you leave the house, or you don't know what any day holds for you, and when you start looking at every day as a new opportunity for something to happen, and you actually expect something to happen, when you start becoming tapped in to source, and this isn't a deniable thing. It's not I think it is. It's the purpose of life. It's our natural way of living. So it feels good. It feels really good. So when you start thinking about different thoughts, your source becomes more focused on you, it seems like, and basically you'll get to where you leave the house, looking for something, looking for a sign, to guide you or to show you that you're on the right track, looking for anything. You start to make sense out of things that you saw your whole life. You've seen these things, but you just overlooked them. You didn't have the right perspective, and it's a really good feeling. It's not, I don't know if I'm delivering it the correct way. I'm not trying to change people's lives. I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What anyone else believes has nothing to do with me. And that's, and what I believe has nothing to do with you. And, when they say that, those who understand this, will understand it because they're ready for it, because they know. I understand that. So I'm not telling you what to think, but I wasn't introduced to these type of thoughts. No one ever tried to make me think different, or, you know, made me conscious about my thoughts. No one ever encouraged that. So you don't hear this shit on TV. You don't see this, in classrooms. You don't learn these things, but this is the way of thinking is important, very important, because when you pay attention to your thoughts, you start to think more positive, right? And when you think more positive, you become more happy. You feel good, you feel better, and that's raising your energy level. And the higher your energy level is, the higher your frequency is, the more ability you have to tap into the field. Because no information, like, we used to think that, when you learn something, it's in your brain, and there's a little compartment inside your brain, and that's where it's, the information that you learned is stored. But that isn't true. They know now that all the information, every thing that could ever exist, every answer to every question that could ever be asked, exists in the field of energy. Like, for instance, how you can tune into a radio station, and certain stations, transmit different music. It's the same concept with us. So when you learn something, or when you know something, it's not, the information isn't in your head. You actually found the frequency to tune into the field where that information is, And so that's what life's about. It's all about frequency and vibration. And the more in tune you are with life, the more in tune you are with source, and it's not hard, the more it's unbelievable, it's undescribable how it feels, how I can't put it into words, but you start to think thoughts. You start to see things in a totally different way. Like, you get clarity. This is the beginning for me, and I could go on and on, but this, I've only been really focusing on, myself for the last couple months now, and the change is unbelievable. And a lot of people believe, oh, well, if that's the case, how come you don't have a big house or all these material things? And that's another key to it, though. You have to be able to be happy. To manifest, a bright future and gazillion dollars, you have to first live as if you already have it. You can't think that, oh, I'll be happy when something outside of me comes along. That's when I'll be happy. No, that doesn't work like that, because you're sending a vibration to the field, to the universe, that you're not happy. And so the universe, the law of attraction, will make sure that it feeds you back the same thing that you feel. You're not happy, you're going to get that back from the universe. You know what I mean? There's times when people come along into your life and they change your frequency, they change your vibration, because they get your attention. So your thoughts are different, and life seems better. And then when you lose that person, you feel your vibration goes down. And so it's all about vibration, law of attraction. You get out what you put in. And once we all, as a collective, in a collective group, once we all start focusing on this, the more people feed into the field, the more expansion in the universe, and the more the field becomes available to more people, and easier accessible to those that are already in tune with it. So it's all a team effort here. It's not. Another thing I want to touch on real quick too. A lot of people, we believe that there's, like, in life, there's one pie, and we all have to divide this pie down. There's only a certain amount of everything, And so a lot of people are under the impression that, oh, the more he gets, the less for me. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There is more than enough of everything for everybody. The universe will provide. Everything we can imagine and is due to us will come, without a doubt. It's the law of attraction. It has to come. It's not our job to understand how. It's not our job to know why. A lot of times when you try to figure that stuff out, when it actually does manifest, it comes from the most unexpected place ever. The last place you would ever imagine, because that's the place you didn't think, right? So when you set a thought out there, and with faith and believe in it, you let it go in faith. Just like when you send a text message, just like when you put send, how much faith you have in that message sending, That's how much faith you need to have in the message that you're sending to the universe, requesting your dreams. It's that simple. That's how it is. So, of course, it's not going to be overnight. This is, however old you are, you have to reverse the momentum of what we've been believing, and negative. A lot of people are negative, and so you have to turn that energy backwards, and so it's gradual at first. But once you start, it doesn't matter if you start and then you forget about it, whatever. It's gonna pop back up. It's never gonna leave you. Once you get, it gets a little bit of your attention, because we don't grow backwards. We don't grow down, right? We always, everything in life is always progressing. It's always evolving. It's always growing. It's always expanding. So even if it's just one day, even, just hopefully maybe you just stay tuned to my messages and my videos, and let these thoughts just bounce around in your head, planting seeds in your garden. And when these seeds harvest, they might just be a thought of something one day across your mind, and then I might add another seed into there, and then when the harvest again, it's going to be a bigger yield, until eventually your life slowly starts to head in a different direction. And when you start to feel more in control of your life, when you start to understand that nothing outside of you can actually bring you happiness, can actually satisfy you. There's nothing external that can give you anything that you don't already have inside of you. So just God bless. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Till next time. Peace.